Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Unbelievably, this week the government has voted to slash postal deliveries at least 19 times. The Morrison Government is determined to change daily postal delivery to 2 days a week, letter delivery times to be reduced from 3 days after posting to 5 business days, so effectively 7 days. Now, COVID-19 has reminded all of us about the negative consequences of social isolation. We want to be able to connect, but not everybody has the NBN or the money to pay for internet services. Not everyone can get onto Zoom. And this government is trying to cut letter delivery services that particularly older people in my electorate rely on. Letters and cards mean a great deal to people in Dunkley. Here's just a very small sample of what they've been telling me. For Helen, it's the only way she gets to communicate with her grandbubba, and cards are a way to send a special message. Tracy's elderly relatives get excited when they get a card in the mail because it lets them know that they're being thought of. Janet's 87-year-old neighbour doesn't have a computer. Pete is dismayed that Australia Post has been destroyed. Jeff has pointed out to me that cuts to Australia Post service delivery have been going on, he feels, for at least 18 months, and he doesn't believe at all that this is really a COVID-19 measure from the government, and he fears that these changes are intended to be permanent. And Jeff's fears are shared by people across my electorate and by the Labor members of this place, and that's why we're fighting this government's regulation. We know that the demand for parcel delivery has increased, and it's now forecast to be 20 to 25% over the next few years, well ahead of pre-COVID forecasts of 10%. Parcel deliveries are up 65% right now because of online shopping. It's going to be booming. So why is this not an opportunity to preserve and create jobs in Australia Post? Isn't that what we all want, job creation? Well, this government talks the talk about JobMaker, but in the next breath puts a regulation into the parliament which will lead to job losses at Australia Post. It's about laying off unionised workers and shifting workload to contractors. Cut some jobs, transition others onto lower pages. Job cuts and reduced postal services. That is not on for my community. And using COVID-19 as cover to do it and pretend it's temporary is just unacceptable. It's why I've voted against the government's regulation every time. It's why Labor has been fighting it tooth and nail every day in the parliament this week, and it's why Labor will keep fighting for it. People of Dunkley who have contacted me by email, by phone, on Facebook, you can be assured we won't let this rest.